My name is Pauline, and my dog Mickey could have died after stealing a mince pie, which could potentially give him kidney failure, and I could have lost him from pinching festive snacks. So I'd like to share his story to get other owners potentially avoiding this heartache. I've been sitting on this very settee with my sister, having a coffee and a mince pie on the plate. Went to see her out the door and of course left the mince pies on the plate. When I came back, Mickey had eaten one of them. So before Mickey had actually eaten this mince pie, I was unaware just how serious the contents of a mince pie was, and it's the raisins and the sultanas and the currants that release a toxin that can potentially give a dog kidney failure. Unlike other snacks they may have that can make them poorly, this is potentially fatal. I realised he'd eaten it straight away because when I came back from the door from letting my sister out, I'd gone to put the leads on the dogs, and Mickey was in here, and straight away my thoughts went to the plate of cakes, and he came out the door licking his lips. So I ran in here to see that the mince pie had gone off the plate, so I knew he'd eaten it. As soon as I realised that Mickey had eaten the mince pie, I googled it, not expecting to read what I had read, and I looked on several websites and the advice was the same on all of them: contact your vet immediately. So, toying with your head, well, he's a big dog, one mince pie, he'll be fine. But I thought, no, I'll ring. It was the Pride Park out of hours vet, because by this time it was 11 o'clock at night, just for advice. So I was quite surprised to hear what the vet was telling me. They advised me on the phone that I needed to take Mickey straight away and they needed to make him sick, after which he needed to go on a drip for 48 hours, because apparently when they make a dog sick they only lose 70% of the stomach contents, and this toxin in these fruits can obviously stay in the stomach. I hesitated because I didn't want to leave my dog for 48 hours, and at this point obviously he wasn't showing any signs, because it could be 2 to 3 days before they could get acute kidney failure. By that time you're either into a very lengthy stay at the vets or fatal, and it was just a gamble I couldn't take. He's been fine since he came back. He's a very timid dog, he's a rescue dog, so that was another thing I was worried about, leaving him for 48 hours. Would he think he'd been neglected again? But since he's been back, he's been making the most of it, going for walks and enjoying himself and playing with his brother. We need to make everyone aware just how potentially fatal the contents of these festive foods are, because it can kill a dog and give them kidney failure, and unfortunately the vets or nobody knows which dog it's going to affect or how it even affects them, so they have to make sure they flush the whole system out. And if you wait to see if your dog's affected, then potentially you could lose your dog, and it's just not worth the gamble.